you... Oh, she broke it.
Are you alright? Are you hurt?
No.
Belle! Belle! Are you okay? Are you injured?
I'm okay. Have we met somewhere before?
Have we?
Sorry. I think we've mistaken you for somebody else.
Uh-oh. Mission 2. Interlude. Unthinkable. Okay, here we go. A few hours late in the front of the public security at Lumina Breach. Well, chat, that was a 30-minute mark. I'll see you people later.
Jimmy, thank you so much for your help this afternoon. If it weren't for you acting so fast, I'd probably be lying in the hospital right now.
Don't mention it. Keeping citizens safe is our duty as public security officers, and we're thankful for your cooperation. All that paperwork took some time.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Retta Breads. This is Zoneless and Zero. If I'm not talking this very much during this last VOD and this VOD, it's my throat's starting to really bug me. But we gotta beat this part because I think this is where we get some free stuff after this part.
Any news on how the driver is doing?
It's nice of you to ask. He's only got minor injuries, but he's quite shaken.
She could have killed him.
He can't recall what took place before the accident. But don't worry, every problem has a solution. We'll find a way to get to the bottom of this.
It's getting late. Why don't you two head home? Feel free to contact us if you recall any further details about the accident.
Well, her phone started going weird.
Thanks again for your help, you two.
If you pass by 6th Street in the future, be sure to visit our video store. I'll give you a free membership card.
So you live on 6th Street. I expect we'll run into each other soon.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what do you mean?
I bet that's Rain.
Hold on, Qingyi. Being vague could give the wrong impression. Here, take a look at this. It should better explain what she's talking about.
Flyer from Officer Zhu Yun. It appears to be a survey from an upcoming event. Does this look familiar? I can't read your strange writing. Non-English.
Public Security Safety Awareness Month questionnaire?
Our inspector has temporarily assigned us to the Lumina branch to prepare for this event.
No.
We'll be holding a big safety lecture here soon for the citizens. The two of us will be visiting nearby neighborhoods and distributing the questionnaires to encourage them to attend.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
I see. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thanks. Please, keep the questionnaire. If you're interested in the seminar, you can fill in your info and give it to us when we visit 6th Street.
See you again soon, managers.
Got it. Later, Zuyang and Quigley returned to the public security building.
So, public security officers will be visiting 6th Street soon. That's never happened in all the time we've lived there. By the way, there's something else I want to discuss with you, Wise. It's about Jiyuan and Qingyi.
Oh, I'm never going to be able to say their names. I want to discuss the same thing.
What a coincidence. I want to discuss that too. But we shouldn't talk here. Their office is still nearby.
Let's head home first.
But we never got our licenses renewed. What was the whole point of coming here? So much has happened to today, I don't feel in the mood for food. Let's go. Someone helped move the car while we're getting our driver's license. That's relief. Thanks. You've been a huge help. When I took a closer look, I discovered tons more public security safety awareness month posters around the precinct. But when you compare it to the food tasting event at the convenience store, it's less appealing. Okay. We gotta go home now. Ow. Hopefully this will be the end of this mission and we can get the free stuff. Come on, let's go. Special event.
Alright, we can finally get back to our earlier discussion.
Yep.
About Jiyuan and Qingyi. I knew you'd noticed too. It's not our first time meeting them.
It's not.
After Belobog called PubSec in the Hollow, weren't they the officers who investigated?
I don't
You
know.
were disguised as EOS at the time, so they weren't aware there was anyone apart from Belobog Industries present.
A lot of things happened that day.
Thinking back, What was going on when they came to investigate? Honestly, the shock of finding that monster in the monument was so overwhelming. Everything else is a little fuzzy.
We might bump into them again soon, so we should check the visual record of the investigation, just to be safe.
Oh, got it. Faye, could you extract the data from back then?
Fairy, could you extract the data from back then?
Yes, Master.
Convenient
I
plot
found
hole.
the footage you require.
A few days ago in Pioneer's Memorial Plaza within the Deep Hollow.
Thanks for your cooperation. We have a rough idea of how things unfolded. Is this the faulty bamboo?
I'm not faulty. I'm limited
Yes,
edition.
but some of its parts might have been corrupted. We'll hand over a detailed repair report later. I'm not sure why, but something feels different about this bamboo. It looks unusually clever, almost cunning.
No, I like to eat crayons.
Seems like Bellabog Industries has come across something quite extraordinary.
Looks like there's something inside the crystal.
Uh-oh.
Inspector, the crime scene is just up ahead.
Excuse me.
Where's that ferocious I mean, the dangerous criminal.
Oh.
Bring the suspect over. Get my good side when you take the picture. I need it for the headlines tomorrow.
He's a handsome man.
No, Inspector. It had some peculiar characteristics. We suspect it to be the result of hollow mutation, or the product of some type of illegal activity.
Yeah.
If we reveal the presence of an unknown monster in the Hollows at this stage, my
Oh,
election...
he's running for the election.
I mean, the citizens will be put in fear. What? It's being given to hand?
Uh-oh.
So I have a very important task for you.
In the workshop, footage of the investigation has played to the end.
It's clearly a very unique etheractive being, yet Inspector Bringer wasn't interested in the slightest.
Yeah,
At
he
least
only
he didn't
cares
say no
about
to giving
his
over the evidence to hand.
stuff.
Oh, now I get it. The important task Inspector Bringer mentioned is the seminar at the Lumina branch.
Yep.
What's so special about this seminar that he has to send Zhu Yuan and Qing Yi to manage it?
Fairy, are you able to bring up any related info?
Fairy, are you able to bring up any info related to the seminar?
I'm running a search on keywords Lumina Square and Public Security Safety Awareness Month. Given the recent surge in major incidents within the city this month, and aiming to safeguard urban security while enhancing public awareness, Janus District Public Security has decided to launch the Public Security Safety Awareness Month across the entire district.
A
To
word
provide
salad.
citizens with practical information, Public Security has assigned several officers from the Criminal Investigation Department to assist in planning the event. Mr. Bringer, commanding officer of the district headquarters and the driving force behind the event, will also be in attendance at the seminar, which is to take place at the Lumina branch. Along with the
Got it,
other
boss.
officers in charge, Inspector Bringer will conduct a media interview during the event to address any concerns citizens may have.
So, it's not just Inspector Bringer attending the seminar, but a bunch of media representatives as well. You hear that, Wise? Zhu Yuan and Qing Yi will participate in the interview too. Must be quite the honor for a public security officer. What do you think about this seminar?
We should go and support. It might be a good chance to gather some info.
It's just a seminar to educate citizens about safety, so it wouldn't hurt to go. Besides, with top officials from...
Okay, it's decided that we'll tell Zhu Yuan and Qing Yi we'd like to attend the event when they come to 6th Street in a few days.
You got it, boss. Besides the participant's name and address, the public security's questionnaire includes a few general questions on security. If you're not really interested, I'll go ahead and fill it out for you, too. I know you understand. Oh, so it says here citizens who participate in the event can draw prizes based on the service ID of the day in lecture, and prizes are going to be on videotape. Now they're talking more. Now that you're talking about this, I'm not sleepy anymore. Major traffic accidents of New Era, net of justice, no escape. Hollow safety is important. And I should have known. I got a feeling that the public security ordered too many copies. It's just an add-on to the event anyway. Anyway, let's just leave the survey to me. Oh, it's getting late, guys. Let's get some rest. I'm heading upstairs. See you tomorrow. Good night's sleep. The next few days are busy with the organization of shows and recommending videos to customers. And then, Wise, you asked about Zuyan and Q. What a coincidence. I was just about to tell you. I heard from Fairy she's been seeing I can't pronounce these names, Jet, I'm sorry. And Q around here since yesterday. I've already filled out the questionnaires they gave me earlier. Whenever you have time, you can go find them. Why don't we go now? We'll go find them. Because I want to finish up this quest and I want free stuff. Let's go. Where are we going? Who are you? Man with a bag. Yes, okay. Got some coins for you. Gonna wait until we get more.
Criminal cases have been rampant lately. To raise safety awareness among citizens, Janus Quarter Public Security has launched the Safety Awareness Month campaign.
I just
We'll
noticed
be
she's
holding
a
a
chicken
seminar at the Lumina
tie.
branch soon. Please come and join us if you have time.
A public security event? Oh, how nostalgic. I participated in such an event years ago, you see. It was somewhat reminiscent of a coffee tasting event. I even had the chance to offer everyone present some freshly ground coffee. Albeit, it wasn't a top-shelf roast.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's a shame public security's facilities now smell of air fresheners everywhere. No longer suitable places for enjoying coffee while freely conversing.
What do you mean?
Of course, while fine wines develop into richer experiences with time, other worthy items can go bad. Oh, I'm talking of coffee beans. So, to prevent the coffee beans at my shop from facing a sorrowful fate, I have to go grind them properly. I'm afraid I can't make the event. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Mr. Enzo, according to our data, you're running a
got
remodeling
a
shop
robot
on 6th
arm.
Street. Would you be interested in attending the seminar?
Well, hey, it's not often I get invited out by two young ladies, so I'd love to join you. Unfortunately, my
come on.
second aunt's grandfather's son's cousin is getting married that day. I can't miss such an important family event.
What a loser.
Oh, I understand. In that case, I hope your relative...
Oh, I have a customer coming soon to collect his car. I better get back to it.
We'll go, pretty ladies.
Good morning, Juyuan, Jingyi.
Good morning, Wise. Belle.
Here are our questionnaires.
Yeah.
We decided to attend the seminar.
Wonderful. If it weren't for you two, we wouldn't have recruited a single participant yet.
Jingyi, that's blunt.
So what? It's the truth. Besides, it's not like they're strangers, right?
Yeah, right. But how come nobody on 6th Street wants to go to the seminar? Everyone here is usually pretty welcoming.
Yeah. Is there anything we can do?
Is there anything we can do to help?
Now that you mention it, there is something I'd like to ask you. Some of the residents on 6th Street only registered their names, but didn't fill in their addresses. Do you know where they live?
No.
Oh, let me see. Asha, General Chop. Spike should be one of our members, an older gentleman. We know all these people.
We can take the questionnaires to
How
them.
about we help you take the questionnaires to them?
That's a good idea.
Oh man, it's gonna
6th
be
Street
running
doesn't
around.
usually have much interaction with public security. So if they see officers handing stuff out all of a sudden, they might be wary and refuse. If it's a neighbor who brings them the questionnaire, maybe they'll be...
Oh, we wouldn't want to trouble you.
Don't worry about it.
You two already did us a huge favor. It's only right we return the gesture.
Juyuan, since they're willing, we should let them help.
Okay. Thank you. Really.
Again, I apologize. My throat is actually kind of knackered. It's getting sore. So we're gonna go back here. Who lives back here? I didn't even realize there was a thing back here, chat. Darn salesman! Go away, it never ends. Said it time and time again. I've got no teeth, so you don't need your electric toothbrush. No, actually, what? No electric toothbrush? Well, then I got no hair, so I don't need your darn curling iron either. Spike, we're the managers from Random Play. Oh, the video store. One moment. Soon after, the door finally opens. Oh, it's this dude. He's the leader. He was the leader of the Weasels. Oh, you both came out. How many videotapes we've gotten to return this time? I'm sorry, my memory is short. I'm old. No worries, we're actually here for something else. Could you take a look at the service? There's an unsettling face. The bringer lad, isn't it? Sorry, my eyesight's not what it used to be. I can relate. I can read the words clearly. Could you youngsters read it for me? For the sake of urban security and the safety of the residents, this sounds lovely. If they really cared about the residents, they wouldn't be chasing around after proxies in the end. The benefit is just for tops. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. Could you please just tell the officers? Okay. Asha. Hello, lady. Hello, you two. It's been a while since I saw you both at the arcade together. Are you here to play some matches? Not today, Asha. We're here for something else today. Could you take the survey? Oh, you're researching a new movie genre in stock for your store? It's actually a public security survey. Oh, don't tell me you guys got busted by public security and now are doing community service. We're willing to sell private videotapes or branding illegal discs, or... is that how you see us? What happened to just basic trust between people? I'm just kidding. There's just too many secret residents on the street, and you siblings give off a somewhat mysterious vibe. I wouldn't be surprised if I found out one day you're the #1 most wanted, public security's most wanted list. Thanks for your approval. Ash about the... Yep. So you see, we're just helping out the security officers, you know. As long as they're okay, that's all that matters. Actually, last time I was in Luminous Square, I saw public security and had to set up a promotional booth. I heard on that day of the lecture and lots of media outlets will be in town conducting interviews. Seems like public security is really putting a lot of effort into the exchange event. It might be worth checking out, don't you think? Exchange event? That might be the case for regular citizens like you and me, but for some people it could mean something else entirely. You mean nothing. I'm just mumbling to myself. Anyways, thanks for bringing the survey over, but unfortunately I don't really have time in the afternoon. Pass that on to the officers for me. I understand Spike is old and doesn't want to travel too far, but I didn't expect someone usually so open to helping out like Asha to shut us down. General Chop's the only one left. I bet she's got history. I bet that's why.
Hello, Wise. Belle? Some customers mentioned you were looking for me. I understand you're helping those 2 officers from public security hand out questionnaires?
Yep.
So, you already know.
One of the perks of running a store on the street is being well informed. Anyway, please tell the officers I have other things to tend to that day.
Boo!
I knew it. I had a feeling General Chop would say no before we even got here. And after I told Ju Yuen and Chingy we could help.
Oh, have other people said no too?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Asha, Spike. Oh, and I think Tin Master and Enzo said no this morning too.
You know, it is a little strange everyone is refusing. Maybe this seminar isn't as simple as we think.
You've got that right. Do you 2 know who the guy on the questionnaire cover is?
Yeah, he's that
Isn't that Inspector
big
Bringer?
dude.
I heard he came up with the event.
Then have either of you heard of the Hollow Hero from the Eridu period?
No.
So, you're saying Inspector Bringer was the Hollow Hero?
That's right. Before the fall of the old capital, Bringer happened to be the commanding officer in my precinct. After being promoted from the front line, despite being an inspector, he still got involved at the ground level and interacted with the residents, so they regarded him highly. Then, he went missing in a hollow during a rescue mission. But just when everyone thought he was done for, he miraculously made it back out. Just like that, he became known as the Hollow Hero. He was then transferred to the HQ in Janus Quarter and quickly advanced to the ranks over the years.
That's a pretty inspiring story.
It used to be, but these days, people say the Hollows have drained the Hollow Hero of all his courage. Now, Bringer presents himself as a hard worker, but we older residents can see through it. He's just putting on an act in front of the cameras. What's more, in recent years, he's clearly been cozying up to Tops. He's implemented a number of measures under the guise of benefiting the public, but it's those big corporations that benefit in the end.
Boo, typical
He's
politician.
aiming for commander of Janus Quarter in the upcoming municipal election. Launching a safety campaign right now, even putting his own image on the questionnaire. His motives are pretty...
It seems like Inspector Bringer is using public resources for his own gain.
That should have been obvious.
Exactly. Holding the seminar is a good thing, but I can't go knowing what Bringer is up to.
Thanks for telling us all this, General Chop.
I'm just sorry I can't be of help this time around.
Well, we visited all the neighbors. It might be awkward, but it's
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Finish the story. Come on. Hello, pretty ladies.
We've gone up and down 6th Street, but we haven't even gotten 10 people to register for the seminar.
We've done our best. Let's get a drink and take a break.
Hey, easy for you to say, but the conference hall we're in can fit 300 people, you know? As things stand, it'll be more than half empty.
Don't worry about it.
Inspector Bringer must have chosen this area because there's a lot of residents nearby, thinking it'd be easier to find people to participate. Shame many of them are from his previous precinct. A lot of them have complaints about him.
Yeah.
I was just wondering why you're in such low spirits today, when I've never seen you discouraged by difficult tasks before. But then I remembered. The inspector saved your life once. Not being able to accomplish what we'd hoped, on top of seeing him come under fire.
If Bringer hadn't rescued me in that hollow back then, I wouldn't... I understand he's no longer the hero he used to be, but can someone who gave up his anti-corruption gear to a child be such a bad guy? Sure, he's had some dealings with Tops, but it's inevitable, especially when many of our devices are jointly developed with Tops. And besides, doesn't he always say he lacks sufficient authority to make changes? If he gets elected...
Worshipping an undeserving deity is sycophancy. Failure to act when action is needed.
What?
It means when someone flatters undeserving people, it's considered an act of sycophancy. If one should stand up for what is right but remains indifferent, it shows that person is a coward. As public security officers, we need to be clear about what we should and shouldn't do. There may be many different ways to interpret Inspector Bringer's actions, but only he knows whether if his deeds were pure, even if he's misunderstood for the time being.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, are we interrupting you two?
Oh, we were just chatting. Did you go?
We gave them the questionnaire, but they all happened to be busy on that day. Sorry for not being very helpful.
Yeah, we failed.
It's okay. We're just grateful you tried it all. We're almost done with distributing the questionnaires here too. Then Chingy and I will be heading back to the office.
Wait a minute! Officers!
Uh-oh.
Oh, good. You didn't go.
Is something wrong?
General Chop, did you run all the way here? Why?
It's hard to explain, but just now, there was a crime committed over there, and it's at a stalemate. Please, officers, you have to go take a look.
A crime? Let's go check out the scene.
Great. Please, follow me.
Wise, let's go see what's going on.
Got it. I just hope this doesn't drag out for another hour. What's going on, Chop? Hello, you two. It took a place just ahead of us. We knew there'd be so many. Who knew there'd be so many onlookers? What happened to the truck? The case actually connected to the Pegalos logistics truck, but how exactly I can't really say. Anyway, can you two just check it out for yourselves? Let's observe things from a distance. Somewhere not too far away. Uh-oh.
If you say there's officers nearby, then let them come and weigh in. I mean, what possible argument could there be? They were caught in the act.
Sir, caught in the act doesn't seem fair. It's similar to seeing only foam on a cup of barley latte and declaring it isn't coffee.
Uh-oh.
Calm down now, gentlemen. We're public security officers. What's going on here?
Officers, you're finally here. It's like this. I'm Gale. I'm a driver for Pegasus Logistics. I was making a delivery in the neighborhood. I'd finished the delivery and was calling the next client when I heard a suspicious thud from the back of my truck. Startled by the noise, I quickly rushed over, only to find all my ducks flying and running out of the cargo compartment. A flustered Bang Boo was caught at the scene of the crime. This is that very Bang Boo.
Look,
You
Wise,
didn't do nothing.
Isn't that Bang Boo give change from the 141 convenience store?
Officers, I saw the whole thing. There was no one around when it happened except this Bang Boo. I'm sure it opened my cargo compartment. Those ducks inside are a new specially bred variety. They're worth a fortune. Losing just one or two of them will cost me more than a month's salary.
I've taken your statement, sir. Bang Boo, do you have anything to add?
Give change. He works at the convenience store. Poor guy.
Hey, what do you mean the door was open? I know you opened the door and let all the ducks out.
Sir, if I might say, I think you're being too harsh on Give Change.
Yeah.
Officers, as Give Change's neighbor, I must say something on their behalf. I know them well, and I'm sure they wouldn't do anything like this.
Then tell me, why was my cargo compartment open despite being locked? Officers,
Maybe you didn't
there's
close
been
it.
tons of Bang Boo committed crimes in the city lately. You gotta help me find evidence linking this Bang Boo to the crime, so we can hold it accountable for my losses.
I think you would
This
be.
isn't just about Give Change's reputation, officers. They could lose their job. You simply must uncover the truth and prove it.
Somewhere not far away from the crowd.
The only time I've seen Tin Master this agitated is when I ask for instant coffee.
I doubt Give Change is the culprit.
I don't think Give Change is the culprit, Bell. We've dealt with the Bang Boo at the convenience store quite a bit, and they've always been honest.
But Give Change was the only one there when the driver realized what had happened. So it's hard to explain. Look, people are leaving. Have Ji-Yuan and Qingyi resolved the incident? Let's go see what's going on.
There was ducks in here. Oh man, I can't talk to you. I want to talk to you. Give Change wants to see their friends. Everyone. People are worried about Give Change. No way. No way. What am I supposed to do? Let you run off? You're not going anywhere until the ducks have all been found. Okay, Give Change waits here. Won't go anywhere.
Hi, Belle. Hi, Wise.
We overheard what happened earlier. Does the crowd leaving mean everything has been resolved?
Not yet, unfortunately. We discussed the situation and managed to calm everyone down.
So what now?
Might I ask what the situation is now?
We took a look around the truck, and we didn't find anything suspicious, other than the traces left by the escaped ducks.
They
There are
planned
no
it.
security cameras in the area, so all that's left to be checked is the Bang Boo's visual record and the truck's anti-theft system. And to review both of those, professional technicians are needed, so we don't have an immediate conclusion.
Will that take a long time?
I'm afraid so. It'll take about 2 or 3 days. Both the driver and Give Change will have their daily routine disrupted somewhat during this time. After we explained the situation, the driver said his main concern is the whereabouts of the cargo. As long as he can deliver the shipment on time today, he's willing to reconcile. So, Tin Master and some other residents of 6...
Oh man, I gotta go
In
look
that
at
case,
the ducks.
Wise, let's hurry up and go help.
We'll accompany you as well.
Do officers in the criminal investigation department look for things too?
Cases like this would normally be assigned, but handing the task over would take time, and we don't want them.
Got
And
it.
there's something suspicious about this incident, so Chingy and I decided to.
G-U-N. Chingy. Thank you. Then let's get going. We're pretty good at...
Can we talk? Yeah. Duh, of course, something I want to discuss with you. When it comes to finding things on 6th Street, we've got a very resourceful little helper. You know what I'm saying. I mean, Fairy. Yep, Fairy should be able to pinpoint exactly where the ducks are hiding. I've already asked her to mark out the suspicious locations nearby. Then we can focus on the places she's marked for us. Suspicious places. There are far too many. Yeah, we need to check out a few places since there are 4 of us. How do you feel about splitting up? I'll go with Q, and you can team up with Z. That should be speed up things considerably. Okay, it's decided then.